So where does all the data come from for the Seller Labs Amazon MCP, and how do you know as a seller that this is accurate? So as we're building out the Seller Labs MCP, this is one of the common questions we got. And so we wanted to explain how that works. So we pull from the Amazon API, the SP API, add API, just like everybody else. But we go through a data cleansing and transformation processes, and this is intensive because there's just thousands of data points you can get. But we only pull enough that are relevant to our data hub, which is our MySQL database here. And what is that? So let me explain what the data hub is. So in it, we have over 50 tables here. It's consisting of marketplace data, advertising, Amazon specific data like FAA inventory planning, Amazon traffic. We have financial data like transactions. We have orders data like order items, settlement. We also have advertising data like campaign performance and all that. So there's just and then there's a lot of data. And then we also built into the database some of our own table that are derived from those other tables that Amazon gave. So, for example, like the SL transaction pivot, if I can find it here. There it is. The SL transaction pivot is basically our equivalent of the Amazon's unified transaction report. We also built others like the SL daily profit pivot, where you can calculate the profit. So we've built quite a bit of data on top of the data that's coming from Amazon, and then we made it easier to consume as well. The question is, how accurate is the data? So let me start with a caveat. That is, like, it's impossible for any company to keep all their tables in their databases 100% accurate, especially when you get to this size and this scale that we have. Because there's just so many tables, so many data points, and you don't know, and Amazon gives it differently, and they give a bunch of caveats. But we've worked really hard in the past 10 years at Seller Labs to ingest customers' data and make it as accurate as possible. In particular, the past 3 years when we built out Data Hub, we actually made the data exposed to our customers. So when customers query it, they can see the data structure themselves and point out the problem. So we have fixed it as best as we could and kept it accurate. So over time, I've seen it more accurate. So from my biased point of view, coming into Seller Labs as an 8-figure Amazon seller, so take it for what it's worth, this is one of the most accurate data that I have found in the Amazon space, just because we've made it available to our customers, so any problems they'll find. In fact, one of our biggest customer was an agency that did close to 500 million in sales with over 130 Amazon selling accounts connected to their database, and our database was able to accurately support it to their standard. So that's what I would ask is like, can you, whatever data provider you have, can they show you will they allow you to get to the data themselves like we are? So like you with a MySQL connector, you can get to the underlying data yourself and view it for yourself and see for the sources, see if it's accurate or not. So that's how I would answer, well, where does all data come from and how accurate is it?